But anyway, today's installment with that in mind is going to be what we call venison bombs. All right. It's done. Oh yeah. Perfect. Alright guys, welcome back to Merck Family Adventures. Today we are going to be doing another cooking installment. This is not a cooking channel, however I do enjoy sharing some delicious recipes that I find. So today's, because I just spent the whole morning out in the woods hunting the elusive white-tailed deer with no success. Long morning in the deer woods there. Successful that I got to spend the day in nature, but unsuccessful as far as harvesting some more meat. But anyway, today's installment with that in mind is going to be what we call venison bombs. So you only need 5 ingredients for this. You got your venison hamburger, but again, if you're not into the deer meat, you can always do that with beef hamburger. So I don't know what you call it there, cattle bombs, cow bombs, hamburger bombs, whatever you want. But today, they're venison bombs because I'm using venison hamburger, mild cheddar cheese, jalapeños, of course, maple bacon, and cream cheese. All right. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna cut some jalapeños in half, and you can gut them if you like, or you can leave all those seeds in there if you like the spice. They're less spicy if you take out all the seeds. That's where all the heat is, and then you're gonna stuff it with cream cheese. All right. Alright, now that you've got your jalapenos all sliced in half and gutted, now it's time to stuff them with cream cheese. And now you got your jalapenos all stuffed with cream cheese, and you're going to sprinkle some mild cheddar on top of them. Alright, so next up you're going to take your venison hamburger and you're going to make like some little boats to put those in. Then they're going to go underneath it. Then you're going to put another one on top. Then you're going to pinch it all together and you're going to wrap it with bacon. Alright, stand by. I'm going to try to make a little boat here. Alright, so essentially you just make some patties, and then you're going to... So I obviously don't have enough. I'm going to try to just make some, maybe some jalapeno poppers to cook with it. But alright, you just take one of your little patty slash boat things here. You put it in. Grab all your excess cheese there and try to kind of press it in there, work it around it. That should be good for that one. Alright, so you have your base patty, and you've already got your other 3 prepped. I had 1 extra. Again, like I said, I might just wrap it with bacon and make a jalapeno popper. But you're just going to take these patties and essentially press them over the top to encapsulate that jalapeno. There you go. All right, we have our encapsulated jalapenos. So next up is going to be everybody's favorite, the bacon. I pick maple because I like that maple flavor, but you can use any bacon you like. All right, we're gonna wrap these bad boys. Perfect, like a little gift. All right, and you just make sure you have a baking dish, pan, whatever, just something, because that is bacon. So there's going to be a lot of grease leaking off it, so you want to capture that and not let it drip all over the inside of your oven. Again, I did have a couple extra jalapenos and one piece of bacon, so I cut it in half. I'm just going to make a couple jalapeno poppers. I'll just stuff them in the side here, but there you go. You have your venison bombs ready to go. Just make sure you preheat your oven to 375, and we're going to put them in for a half an hour. And preheat your oven to 375, and we're going to put those poppers in for 30 minutes. All right, stand by. All right, we're going to cut one open, make sure they're done. If not, they're going back in there, but those poppers are definitely done. Stand by. All right, so they were took about 35 minutes. 30 minutes wasn't enough. They were still pretty red in the middle. That one's nice, and that was the one I cut open to check. So we're gonna cut open one of these, make sure it's done. If not, it's gonna go right back in there, but should be done by now. All right. Oh yeah, it's done. Perfect. All right, so there you have it. Venison bombs. All right, I'm gonna try a piece of this. Venison bombs. Try them out. There they are. Delicious.